Okay. I hope it's working because it says before. Yes, it's working. Okay. Good morning. We already saw most of chapter 2, but we just read the second part. We just read fast. We're going to see now with more details. So just remind you, the second part speaks about the war that started in Givon as a game and deteriorated to a complete full war between the house of David and the house of Shaul. And we spoke about some aspects of that that start with the game, and it looks like the pursuit after power is more important than sometimes from friendship, because everybody knew each other and still they were killing each other. So it's something that we already spoke about. Just remind you, the people here, Avner ben Ner is the strong person in the house of Shaul, and he is making a puppet king. Ishboshet is the real ruler, but he cannot be the king because he's not the son of. It's going to from father to son. So he's appointing Ishboshet, the son of Shaul, the reminder son of Shaul. We said that also according to Chachamim, it was based on of the understanding of the verses, that Hashem promised, according to some reading of the verses, that there are going to be two kings from the house of Binyamin. So that's why the halachic reason that Avner ben Ner appointed Ishboshet, son of Shaul. And from the other side, what? Yeah, but never mind. 2 years, it's 2 years, but he was a king for 2 years. From the other side, we have the sons of Tzeruiah. The sons of Tzeruiah. Tzeruiah was a sister of David. So the sons of Tzeruiah are the nephews of David. And they were very, from one side, strong, loyal people to David. From the other side, many times very independent, not always balanced, I would say that in that way, with hot blood. Rushing to decisions, many times reckless decisions, and they are from the side of David. There is a very complicated relationship between David and the sons of Zeruiah that we are going to continue seeing during the whole book. Until now, we only saw when David went to the camp of Shaul to take the water, and then Avishai offered him to kill Shaul, and David refused. That's the first time we saw the sons of Tzeruiah, and from now on they are going to be very, very central in the story. So it says, once Avner, son of Ner, and the soldiers of Ishboshet, son of Shaul, marched out from Machanaim to Givon. So this place, Givon, is not a random place. First of all, I would say that it's almost the border between the two kingdoms, but it's inside, clearly inside the kingdom of Shaul. Why? Because it's in Binyamin. So Givon was one of the cities that cheated Yoshua, that they pretended to be from faraway places. The people of Givon apparently has very complicated relationship with Shaul himself, as we're going to see later in this book. But it's also, according to Divrei Hayamim, it's the place, the inheritance of the house of Shaul. The family of Shaul came from Givon. So it's not just a random place, it's symbolic. It's in the heart of the strengths of Shaul, where the people of Shaul come from. The people of Binyamin, the city town of Shaul, the whole city, old town of Shaul. So it's the central of this power. Apart from that, the Mishkan, according to the Gemara, to the Braita, the Mishkan moved from Nov, Nov's Ira Kohanim, the city of the Kohanim, that Shaul killed all the Kohanim. After he destroyed the city of Nov, the Mishkan, the tabernacle, moved to Givon. So it's the political and religious center of the kingdom of Shaul. So Avner ben Ner and his people go there, maybe Machanaim, Givon. Machanaim was where he put Ishboshet as king. We said he went from the north to the south and seizing more and more territories to his kingdom, and then he arrived to the central place. Now, in the next verse, it says the other side, and Yoav, son of Zeruiah, and the soldiers of David also came out. So here it says also, the Hebrew here, it's a question is, who came first to give on? In the English, it's not very clear, also in the Hebrew, but if you're going according to the order of the verse, it looks like Avner ben Ner went first, and then Yoav ben Zeruiah went second. So Yoav ben Zeruiah went to meet him. He is like the one who provoked the encounter. Also, there is a reading that it's the opposite. Usually in Hebrew, it should have said, Vayetzer Yoav ben Zeruiah ve'avdei David, or Vayetzu Yoav ben Zeruiah ve'avdei David. The word Yetzu, the verb, should be in the beginning of the sentence. They went out, who Yoav ben Zeruiah ve'avdei David. But the way it's written here, Ve'yoav ben Zeruiah Yetzu, so meaning already. That's at least one reading. This is how Rabbi Amnon Bazak read that. So you can read both cases. But if it's like that, it looks like Yoav ben Zeruiah went first. So it's bad enough if Avner ben Ner arrived there and then Yoav went to meet him. But here it's even worse if Yoav ben Zeruiah for himself went to this place, when it's the center of the place where there is a supporting Shaul. Right, so you have like going to the place to provoke this conflict. And I'm saying that because it looks in simple reading that the fault for all of that was of Avner. He's the one who offered to make the game between the children. But if you read carefully again, you can see that Yoav ben Zeruiah also always was the one who was provoking everything, or at least he didn't prevent himself from conflict. He went to the place of the conflict. So we understand that it's not random that they met there. No, they went for one side, there was another side, here you are, my friend. No, it was, they were going to meet each other. Or that Avner ben Ner went to establish the kingdom of Shaul in the capital, in the main place, or that Yoav ben Zeruiah went to see the place, and Avner ben Ner went to defend it. Both cases, it was one went to meet the other, be it one way or another. The other side, or the second part, went in purpose to meet, and we understand that this meeting is not very peaceful and friendly. It's like a struggle of power. It's a fight of power. They didn't mean to start a war, but it did mean to show presence, to show power, to see who is the boss here, right? Who is controlling Givon? It's a central question. Givon, where is the Mishkan is, and where the center of the power of Shaul. So Yoav and Zeruiah and the soldiers of David also came out. They confronted one another at the pool of Givon. One group sat on the side of the pool, and the other group on the other side of the pool. So we understand again the two sides. It's very similar to what we saw in the battle of Goliath. It says that there was 40 days when Am Yisrael was from one side of the valley and the Plishtim were in the other side of the valley. So it's like two camps standing in front of each other in a very tense situation. Yeah, in a very tense situation. And civil war. It's not yet a war. It's just smart people prevent war before it starts. And it couldn't have been stopped here. Everybody could go back without fighting. But then Avner, maybe to break the ice, I don't know. So Avner said to Yoav, let the young men come forward and sport before us. Play before us, it says, with Saku. Yet let them, Yoav answered. So what does it mean, this game? What does it mean to sport before us? We remember how it's ended, everybody died. But what does it mean? So there are two ways to understand that. Some say it's supposed to be some kind of entertainment, right? Like a battle of judo that people for some reason likes to see people eating each other. So it was like, let's do like the Olympics, right? They're going to play football against each other. Others say, and it makes more sense, it was some kind of resolving conflicts without involving a war. It's a little bit similar to what, like I said before, it's very similar to the war between Plishtim and Am Yisrael with Goliath and David. Choose one, he will fight, and the winner is going to be the winner. I mean, the side that sends a winner is in winner. So they can say maybe it's going to be like kind of a friendly match. When you choose your best, we are choosing our best. The one who is stronger is the winner of Givon. He will take Givon. And it wouldn't be like David and Goliath, because David and Goliath was fight to death. In this case, it should have been some kind of, how do you say, Havkut. Havkut is, there is a judo fight and there is other kind of sports that you are fighting each other. When you are
Boxing.
not boxing, wrestling, right, wrestling. Apparently, it should have been some kind of wrestling or some kind of sword game, but not in order to kill each other, right? To stop before. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense that they really wanted that they will fight to the death. But I think what?
Conflict resolution.
Yeah, it's like conflict resolution, but in the way that the winner is going to take it all.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting army against army, we just send a representative.
On the bench.
Yeah. So someone that represents us, and they will fight. And then, of course, the number here is also very symbolic. They came forward and were counted of 12 from Binyamin and Ishboshet, son of Shaul, and 12 of David's soldiers. Okay, so it's 12 against 12. The 12 represents, of course, the tribes of Am Israel, who is going to be the ruler of the tribes, of all tribes.
It was after 2 years, kingdom?
It doesn't say exactly when it was. I will mention a possibility later. But here also the way it's presented, it's interesting. It says 12 were for Binyamin and to Ishboshet. What's the Binyamin has to do there? So we understand again that the core of power of Shaul is the tribe of Binyamin. The tribe of Binyamin is the main, even though we saw last time that people from Binyamin joined David. Before even that, before the battle, before everything, some people of Binyamin joined David, and it says from the brothers of Shaul, from people that were close to Shaul. But still, it was Binyamin against Yehuda. The two tribes that we are belong today, according to the tradition, is Binyamin and Yehuda. The two tribes that survived were Binyamin and Yehuda. The other 10 tribes disappeared, and some of the Kohanim Leviim.
And also the Bet HaMikdash era.
The Bet HaMikdash is, so there are some midrash that say that Yerushalayim wasn't part of the Shvatim, for the tribes. Others say that Yerushalayim belongs to Binyamin, but there is also the opposite, and there is
Yehuda, and
there is a strip from Binyamin that goes where the temple is. It's in Binyamin. So that Yerushalayim is like the border between Binyamin and Yehuda. So the power here, the struggle of power is between the sons of Leah and the sons of Rachel, Binyamin and Yehuda, and Binyamin, Ishboshet, and David. So there were 12 to the Binyamin and to Ishboshet, not to Avner here, and 12 from the soldiers of David. During the whole chapter, it's the people of David called this the Avdei David. The servants of David, or the soldiers of David. This is a term that represents those who were with David all the time in the desert, in escaping. So they are very, very trained soldiers with a lot of experience and very, very loyal to David. Avdei David, loyal to David. In the case of the other side, sometimes it says Avdei Shaul, or Avdei, it says here Avdei Ishboshet, and sometimes just say the people of Binyamin or the people of Ishboshet. So here where the game goes wrong, each one grabs his opponent's hand and thrusts his dagger into his opponent's side. That is why it looks like rustle. When you are touching each other very closely, it looks like a rustle, but in the rustle it's very dangerous when you have sword in your hand. And that's exactly what's happened. So apparently both sides has bad intentions, and in some point it's happened in the same time that everybody died together. I don't know if it's kind of a miracle, because it's very, very common that it will happen that everybody is killing each other exactly in the same second. You can't kill anyone after you're already dead. So it must be together, right? In the same exact moment, all the 12 couples, the 12 pairs.
Oh, with the chest of his friend and everybody.
Another possibility is that it's not in one moment, it was a fight, and in the fight, in the end of the story, you hurt each other, and in the end everybody died, not in the same moment. But it's not in the way it's described here as some kind of one movement that everybody killing each other in the same exact moment. Each one grabs his opponent's head. What?
If they wanted to have it as a sporting event, then they would have had them disarm themselves, no weapons at all.
You know, but you know, sometimes there is like a friendly battle with swords.
Oh, yeah, it's called Saif.
Yeah, also in the Olympic.
Duel.
Yeah. In duel, yeah.
They're in the end of the sword, there is
Oh, yeah. Like jousting or fencing.
So again, one grabs his opponent's head and thrusts his dagger. Dagger is like sword.
Yeah. Short one, short.
Sword. His dagger into his opponent's side. Thus they fell together.
Must have lots of blood.
That place which is in Givon was called Chilkat Atzurim. Tzur is a strong stone that they used to make. The ancient people used to use it for hunting and
also for Brit Milah.
you also for Brit Milah, right? Okay. A fierce battle ensued that day. So המלחמה קשה עד מאוד, a very fierce battle. It's a very unique term. It doesn't appear in other places in the Bible regarding war, even when much more people died. So why it was so fierce? It was so fierce because it was between brothers. Again, after the war we saw in the end of Sefer Shoftim between Binyamin and the rest of Am Yisrael, it's again a war between brothers. So it's a very fierce battle. And Avner and the men of Israel, again, look the words that they are using, the men of Israel were rooted by David's soldiers, Avdei David. Okay, so the difference of experience and training, but also maybe of determination and loyalty. The people of Israel, okay, we are with Shaul, with the son of Shaul, but not so strongly.
Maybe
when you don't fight, I don't know about numbers, but when you don't fight with all your heart, it's much harder to win. If you don't really believe and giving it for that, so it's most probably that you're going to die. And that's what's happened. So the people of Avner weren't so strong, and they were losing in front of Avnei David. And then we have the story of Asael. The three sons of Tzeruiah were there: Yoav, Avishai, and Asael. Apparently, Asael was the younger. Asael was swift out of foot, like a gazelle in the open field. So he was very, very, very fast. Chachamim describe it in a miraculous way that he could run above the wheat without breaking it. Yeah, so it's a very, it's cal, it's agile, it's flying, swift. But it's maybe also represent. Okay, let's see the story again. And Asael ran after Avner. Why after Avner? He thinks if we finish Avner, we finish the problem. The problem is Avner. Avner is a strong person. He's the one who's maintaining the people of Shaul. He's the one who's objecting David. If I kill him, I will finish anything. He just didn't even was close to estimate the gap of power between them. He was fast, and Avner was strong. And Asael ran after Avner, swerving neither right nor left in his pursuit of Avner. Avner looked back and shouted, Is that you, Asael? Yes, it is, he called back. So again, like I said last time, they knew each other. From far away, he could see that it was Asael.
So why,
and the way he's speaking with him is like someone who know him. So Avner told him, listen, don't do that. I don't want to kill you. Avner said to him, turn to the right or to the left and seize one of our boys. So if it's like a shame that you start chasing me and then you couldn't, take someone else, say that you were running after someone else. And seize one of our boys and strip off his tunic. What does it mean, strip off his tunic? Is when you are winning your enemy, you are taking all the botin, right? But Asael would not leave off. Again, Avner begged Asael, stop pursuing me, or I have to strike you down. How will I look your brother Yoav in the face? Meaning, how can I look in my friend's face after I kill his brother? And again, we see they were in close relationship. They were speaking to each other, they were making deals with each other. but still all that don't prevent them from fighting each other. When he refused to desist, Avner struck him in the belly. So belly, it's stomach, right?
Yes.
It's not very clear. Let's see. With a backward thrust of his spear, and the spear protruded from his back.
If right from his stomach right through to his back.
Yeah.
The other side. Wait.
He fell there and died on the spot. So what we can see from that, there are two options. One, so he didn't stop and fight against him. He didn't even bother maybe to turn around, because he doesn't send the spear in the right side. He doesn't say in the front of the spear when you have the sword or the sharp part. It was in the back. In the back of the spear, apparently there was also metal, but you don't kill with the back, usually, unless you are very, very strong and very, very, very talented and trained. So
you took his pen with it.
yeah, he was running and he was like throwing it like that to very accurate place. So some say it was he didn't want to just want to stop him, didn't want to kill him, but it was by accident that he also killed him. Others say, and this is make more sense, that Avner was a very, very good soldier, but like he told to Asel, I will kill you, I don't want to kill you. So he wasn't like, I maybe kill you, I may hurt you, I don't hurt me, I won't hurt you. It wasn't even a question that is going to resolve the problem. It wasn't even a question for him. He was sure that he's going to, if he wants to, that he wants to. And Chachamim also say that this Chomesh, it's a very specific place in the, how do you say, tzlaot, ribs. In between two ribs where exactly the liver is and the mara. Mara is the, there is when you sometimes you have to take it away, pocket of Ismara, yeah. So they said it was very, very accurate place that he could do that in the back of his spear.
Oh, his gallbladder.
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder, right? Well, the gallbladder and the liver is. So, and it was so strong, it went from the other side. So again, it wasn't the spear. It wasn't like if you're taking a sword or spear and hitting someone, it maybe go to the other side. It was the back side. It wasn't even sharp. And it's still, so what we can see from that Avner was very accurate, according to the common explanation, and very strong and very talented. So the gap between them was not even close. Asel was very fast. Avner was very strong. And the question is what all of that symbolize. And I think it's a little bit symbolized the attitude of the sons of Tzeruya. Many times they don't estimate the situation correctly. They don't think the next step. They want something and they want it now. The fact that he was fast. What is fast? You want to do things fast. You don't have the patience of David. We saw David had patience. He said, okay, now Hebron, let's see what's going to happen later. Don't start a fight. He didn't say you have to start a fight, right? And he had this maturity, right, to have patience and to wait. While the sons of Tzeruya, now, fast. I want all the power now. Let's kill Shaul. Don't think about what's going to happen next. And we're going to see that during the whole book, how this conflict between David, that has his plans and the patience and even the mercy, I would say, and the kindness from the other side, to the sons of Tzeruya, where someone is against us, we are against him until the end, and we won't wait. It's going to be now. So in this, we can see that David was stronger than Shaul. We saw that already, and we're going to see that more. But it's not in one time. You cannot underestimate your enemy. You cannot say, no, there are nothing. I will kill him alone. I don't need even other soldiers with me. I will take the strongest soldiers, Avner, and I will kill him. It's not going like that. You have to gradually, step by step, and maybe even arrive to some kind of agreement, and then you can take what belongs to you, right? What you deserve, what the house of David deserve. But he wants now, and in underestimating the power of his enemy, and paying with his life. So he fell there and died on the spot. And all who came to the place where Asel fell and died halted. So they stopped. Why they stopped? apparently for grieveness or to respect him, or maybe they understood that it's arrived too far. Now, who was Asael? As we say, it was one of the sons of Zeruiah. Also in Nevi'im, we see later that he was one of the 12 that were responsible for sustaining the house of David 1 month, or the court 1 month a year. So there was 12 commanders in the army, that each one of them was responsible of 1 month. So if it's go like that, that was the Sefer Divrei Hayamim says, so we can learn from that it was after a few years David was already a king. If it says about who was responsible for each month, meaning it was several months, several years, that it's already happening. So we can understand that this was happening after David was in Hebron for at least 4 years. In total, David was in Hebron 7 years. 7 years and 6 months. So if Asael had enough time to be the responsible of 1 month for a year, meaning it was after a few years. So it wasn't in the beginning of the kingdom of David, maybe towards the end. Towards the end, that there was different kingdom, because David was king after that for many years, more 33 years. So after Asael died, everybody is stopping, apart from whom? Yoav and Avishai. Yoav and Avishai, he killed our brother, we must catch him. That we call the revenge of blood, right? Nikmat dam. How do you say when you have to, if someone killed from your family and you have to kill from the other family? Blood?
Blood feud.
Field.
Feud is a fight.
Blood feud.
F-E-U-D.
F-E-U-d. Blood feud.
Across generations.
Yes, so Yoav and Avishai wants to take revenge from Avner. So even though everybody stopped, they continued. But Yoav and Avishai continued to pursue Avner. And the sun was setting as they reached the hill of Ammah, which faces Gia on the road of the wilderness of Givon. So it's around the son of Givon, and they arrive into Avner, and he is on the hill. And now the Benjaminites rallied behind Avner, forming a single company, meaning protecting him. And they took up a position up on the top of a hill. So it's also advantage. So they are standing there, Avishai and Yoav from one side, and Avner and his people, the people of Benjamin, from the other side. And again, the balance of power looks clearly in favor of Avner here, because we said that everybody else stopped where Asael was. So only Avishai and Avner and Yoav are there in front all the people of Benjamin. Avner then called out to Yoav, must the sword devour forever? Devour. Forever? You know how bitterly it's going to end. What does it mean, how bitterly it's going to end? Maybe much more people are going to die. Maybe the fact that we are fighting each other inside the Jewish people, it always ends bad. And maybe also practically, if Am Israel is fighting against each other, we know that the Plishtim are around, and the people of Moab are around, and the people from Aram, Syria are around. I mean, we are not alone in the world. We can fight between ourselves, and then the people from outside are going to attack us. So he says, you know how bitterly it's going to end. How long will you delay ordering your troops to stop the pursuit of their own kindreds? Kindred. And Yoav replied, as God lives, if you hadn't spoken up, the troops would have given up the pursuit of their kindred only the next morning. No, I don't know what is this translation doing. If you had emendation yields, if you had only spoken up, the troops would already have given up this morning. That's the right translation. I mean, he said, unless you were speaking, what speaking? Unless you have said, let the boys play in front of us, so remember, who started everything? Who offered to make the game between the boys? It was Avner. So you have told him, unless you were speaking, it wasn't happening, all of that. All the war started with the game that you offered. So what are you saying to me? Why don't you stop? The question is right. Yoav is right. What is Avner saying? Why don't you stop fighting? You started it. So that also strengthens a little bit the idea that Yoav was provoking everything by coming there. So Avner told him, why did you come there? We say, why did you come to Givon, the place where there is tensions and where there is a conflict, and you know that it's the heart of the kingdom of Shaul, and you know that there is where we came there first, and then you come, oh, never mind the two cases, right? You're attacking us in our place. Why did you start all this conflict? You could have stopped that, you could have prevented that from the beginning. You are answering about the specific moment. You started the specific conflicts, right? That's true. But who started all the conflicts, the situation, who provoked the situation? And according to Avner, at least it was Yoav. Anyway, both are criticized by Chachamim and Avner for making a game out of the blood of the people of Israel. And of course, about not letting David taking control peacefully on the. We will see next chapters that also Avner knew that David should be the king. We're going to see that next chapter. Yeah, so we are going to see David and Netzuria is a complicated issue. We will see that. But here, David is out of the picture. It looks like he's not doing anything. He's not part of it. He's not provoking it. He's not starting it. It's all between Avner and Yoav. All between Avner and Yoav. So he told him, I wish you were speaking in the morning, and none of that would have happened. Yoav then sounded the horn, and all the troops halted. They ceased the pursuit of Israel and stopped the fighting. Avner and his men marched through the Arava all that night, and after crossing the Jordan, they marched through all of Bitron until they come to Machanaim. So the center still was Machanaim, back in the north, in the other side of the Yarden. Right, but today is the zone of Jordan and Syria, right, between Jordan and Syria. And again, we see something symbolic. It's night. Always when we saw in the last chapters of Shmuel Aleph, we saw all what's happened with Shaul within the night, all what's happened in David with David is in the day. And that's what he said is, after Yoav gave up the pursuit of Avner, he assembled all the troops and found 19 of David's soldiers missing beside Asael. So this is also something that show a little bit that it wasn't a big victory, even though they won the battle, they were stronger, and we're going to see that it was also David's soldiers, on the other hand, defeated the Benjaminites and the men under Avner and killed 360 of them. So it was 20 against 660. We can assume that from the 20, 12 were the first game. So they're talking about only 8 people. 8 people from the side of David, around 250 or 48 from the side of Avner. So it's like not even close. And also here we see the names, soldiers of David, Avdei David, and Shei Avner, the people of Avner. And here it says the people of Avner, not the people of Binyamin or the people of Ishbosheth, like it said before. So also it's not very clear. You are people of whom? You are people of Avner, you are people of Ishbosheth, you are the people of Israel. They are mentioned in 3 different ways during the chapter. Why? Because there's no clear loyalty here. There's no clear leader. We have the puppet king, we have the strong person, we have Am Israel. They are for themselves. It's not very clear who are we fighting for. Okay, so the result is very clear. David, the people of David, the people of Yoav, lost 20 people, and the people of Avner lost 360. But usually, when there is a war in the Bible, usually it's only described how many died from the losing part. Here it's mentioned both sides, which also a sign that we are not talking here about a clear victory. There's no winner in a civil war, in a war between brothers. And this is how the word ends. We're going to return to the question of the night now. So they bore Asael away and buried him in his father's tomb in Bethlehem. So Bethlehem is the city of David. David ben Ishai. Ishai lived in Bethlehem. So apparently Tzeruiah, the daughter of Ishai, married someone from there, and the tomb of the family was in Bethlehem. Then Yoav and his men marched all night. So we saw also Avner marched all night and arrived to Machanaim. Yoav marched all night and arrived, and night they broke upon them in Hebron. It doesn't mention Hebron. Now it's a little bit strange because Machanaim is really, really far away in the north, while Hebron is very close to Givon. It's only across the road. No, it's not across the road. It's a few hours of walking, but apparently it took him more than one night to Avner to arrive to Machanaim. It's a very long way. Yeah, and while in the case of Avner, they arrived in the morning. So they walked all night and arrived in the morning. But it does mention morning. We saw that everything related to David is day and light and morning. Everything related to Shaul is dark and night. Okay, so this is going up and this is going down. It continues the same tendency. Okay, and this is the end of the chapter. I will just read the next verse, the first verse of chapter 3. It says, the war between the house of Shaul and the house of David was long drawn out. But David kept growing stronger, while the house of Shaul grew weaker. And that would have happened anyway. Also without the fight, the unnecessary fight in Givon. Well, we stop here.
Thank you, Rabbi.